Have you ever wondered how to create a perfect habitat for your reptile? Welcome to a world where you can bring a piece of the wild into your living room. Today we're diving into the fascinating realm of terrariums. A terrarium is a mini-controlled ecosystem, an enclosed space designed to mimic a reptile's natural environment. It's more than just a fancy cage, it's a place where your scaly friend can thrive, play, and rest. More than aesthetics, a terrarium caters to a reptile's biological and behavioral needs, contributing significantly to their health and happiness. Our video today is a comprehensive guide that will demystify the process of creating a terrarium. We'll break it down into simple, achievable steps, from choosing the right terrarium, selecting the appropriate substrate and plants, to installing suitable lighting and heating. Creating a terrarium can seem daunting, but with a few simple steps, your reptile will be living in comfort and style. The first step in creating a terrarium is choosing the right one for your reptile. Now, the world of terrariums is as diverse as the reptiles themselves. You've got your classic glass tanks, vivariums, paludariums, and even bioactive terrariums. Each type has its charm, but the key is to match the terrarium to your reptile's natural habitat. Glass tanks, for instance, are the go-to for most reptile enthusiasts. They're easy to clean, provide ample viewing space, and are suitable for a wide range of species from bearded dragons to ball pythons. But remember, glass isn't a great insulator, so heating could be a challenge for cold-blooded reptiles in cooler climates. Vivariums, on the other hand, are perfect for those who love a splash of green in their setup. These enclosed environments mimic a rainforest habitat, making them ideal for reptiles like crested geckos or anoles that thrive in humid plant-filled environments. Then there's the paludarium, a blend of land and water that's perfect for semi-aquatic reptiles like turtles or water dragons. And for those who want to go the extra mile, bioactive terrariums are the way to go. These self-cleaning ecosystems replicate nature's cycle, complete with live plants and microorganisms. But no matter the type, size is a critical factor. As a rule of thumb, bigger is usually better. Your reptile should have enough space to move, explore, and exhibit natural behaviors. Ventilation is another vital aspect. A well-ventilated terrarium prevents the buildup of bacteria and fungi, ensuring a healthy environment for your reptile. Mesh tops are commonly used in glass tanks for this purpose, while others may have inbuilt ventilation systems. So there you have it, a brief overview of the different types of terrariums. It might seem a tad overwhelming at first, but remember, each reptile is unique and their terrarium should reflect that. Don't be afraid to experiment and tweak things until you find the perfect fit. Remember, the terrarium is your reptile's home, so it's important to choose one that fits its specific needs. Once you have the right terrarium, it's time to fill it with the substrate and plants. The substrate, or the bottom layer, plays a crucial role in maintaining humidity and providing a comfortable surface for your reptile. The type of substrate you choose depends on the species of your reptile. For instance, a desert-dwelling reptile might prefer a sandy substrate, while a forest-dwelling species may be more comfortable with a bark or moss substrate. It's essential to steer clear of substrates like cedar or pine shavings. These can release harmful oils that are toxic to reptiles. Instead, opt for safe alternatives such as coconut fiber, orchid bark, or reptile carpet. Remember, the substrate needs to mimic the reptile's natural habitat as much as possible. Now let's move on to plants. Live plants add a touch of authenticity to your terrarium and also help maintain humidity levels. However, not all plants are suitable for a terrarium. Some plants may be toxic to reptiles or might not thrive in the terrarium's environment. Hence, it's important to choose plants that are safe and appropriate for your reptile species. A few good options include that you've got your substrate and plants in place. Let's move on to lighting and heating. These are not just cosmetic enhancements to your terrarium, but crucial elements that can dramatically impact the health and happiness of your reptilian friend. Firstly, let's discuss lighting. The right lighting helps maintain a reptile's circadian rhythm, which is vital for their overall health and well-being. Reptiles need a day-night cycle, just like us, to keep them mentally and physically fit. Depending on your reptile species, you might need a full-spectrum light that mimics natural sunlight, or perhaps a UVB light to help them produce vitamin D and absorb calcium. Now on to heating. Reptiles are ectothermic, meaning they rely on their environment to regulate body temperature. So a well-heated terrarium is a must. A popular choice is a heat lamp, usually installed at one end of the terrarium to create a temperature gradient. This allows your reptile to move towards or away from the heat as needed. Another option is a heating mat placed under the terrarium. However, be sure to monitor the temperature regularly to prevent overheating or underheating. When setting up these systems, safety should be your top priority. Always secure wires out of reach of your reptiles and avoid placing heating elements where they could cause burns. It's also essential to have a thermostat to regulate the heat and a light timer to simulate day and night. Remember, each reptile species has unique lighting and heating requirements. Research your specific species to understand their needs better and create an environment that closely mimics their natural habitat. It might take a bit of trial and error to get it right, but it's well worth the effort. In summary, proper lighting and heating setup isn't just about making your terrarium look good. It's about creating a space where your reptile can thrive. Proper lighting and heating are critical for your reptile's health, so take the time to set them up correctly. Your terrarium is almost complete. The next steps are adding water and hiding spots. Now let's delve into the importance of water and hiding spots in your terrarium. These elements are not just aesthetic enhancements, but they are crucial for your reptile's well-being and mimic their natural habitat. Water is essential for all living beings, and reptiles are no exception. A reptile's hydration comes from both drinking water and absorbing it through their skin. Therefore, it's important to include a water dish in the terrarium that's large enough for your reptile to submerge itself if it wishes to do so. Make sure to change the water daily to keep it fresh and clean. Additionally, some reptiles thrive in high humidity environments, in which case you might want to mist the terrarium with a spray bottle regularly. Next, let's talk about hiding spots. In the wild, reptiles use hiding spots to escape predators, avoid extreme temperatures, and simply to rest. In the terrarium, hiding spots provide a sense of security and can help reduce stress for your reptile. These can be anything from commercially available reptile hides to natural items like rocks and wood, or even simple things like an upside-down flower pot or a piece of PVC pipe. The key is to choose hiding spots that are safe, easy to clean, and appropriate for the size of your reptile. When arranging these elements, think about how your reptile would use them in the wild. Water sources are often found in low-lying areas, while hiding spots can be anywhere from ground level to up in the trees. Try to replicate these conditions in your terrarium to create a naturalistic environment. In conclusion, water and hiding spots are more than just decorations in your terrarium. They play a crucial role in maintaining the health and happiness of your reptile. By carefully choosing and arranging these elements, you can create a terrarium that's not only visually appealing, but also a comfortable home for your reptile. With water and hiding spots in place, your terrarium is nearly ready for its new inhabitant. Congratulations! You've created a perfect habitat for your reptile. You've chosen the right terrarium, selected the perfect substrate and plants, installed appropriate lighting and heating, and added essential elements like water and hiding spots. But your job is not done yet. Maintaining the terrarium is just as important as setting it up. Regular cleaning is vital to prevent the buildup of bacteria and fungi that could harm your reptile. Use a gentle, reptile-safe cleaning solution and replace the substrate as needed. Monitoring the temperature and humidity is also crucial. Remember, a stable environment is key to your reptile's well-being. Use a reliable thermometer and hygrometer to ensure the conditions stay within the ideal range for your reptile species. Lastly, observe your reptile. Changes in behavior can signal if something is amiss in their habitat. With these steps, you've created a comfortable and healthy home for your